Welcome to Top Job with me, Mwenesi Musalia, and today I'm very excited because it's all about delicious food, and I'm joined today by the founders of Mama Rocks, which is apparently a burger joint, but it's beyond a burger joint. This is Africa burgers at their best. Welcome.
Thank you.
Natalie and Samantha.
Pleasure.
Tell me, where are we today?
We're at Mama Rocks in Kilimani. We opened this place about a year and a half ago. And you're in a relaxing space in the middle of Nairobi.
What did you have in mind when you came up with the theme of Mama Rocks?
Good question. Okay, so we are of African descent. So my mother's from Nigeria and my father's from Kenya. Oh, wow. And we've always been inspired by all things African. And we wanted to create a really strong African brand with a really strong narrative. So we thought, what's better than marrying like African cuisine with burgers? Everyone recognizes a burger.
Yeah. No matter where you are,
Exactly.
country in the world, a burger is a burger. And have you guys always been foodies? Is that even a thing?
We've always loved food.
Yeah.
Well, my mother's Nigerian. I don't know if you've tried Nigerian food, but
I
it's
have, yeah.
amazing. So we've always grown up with, I think, a really refined palate in a way, because compared to our mother's food, most other food experiences kind of paled in comparison. So it really sharpened our taste for food. Yeah. So yeah, I think we've always been foodies, always enjoyed food, and always been open to try new things.
And is this something that you guys always had a dream of growing up? Because, you know, one wouldn't think, let me come to Kilimani and open a burger joint.
Yeah.
Can we start like right at the beginning and talk about how you guys grew up, where you grew up, and how you ended up here?
Okay. So it's kind of an interesting journey. We were raised in UK. And we spent a lot of our life surrounded by my mum's side of the family, so Nigerian.
Okay.
And we were influenced by all the different countries. One of the great things about growing up in London is that you have people from all over the world in such a small space. So you meet people from Congo, Angola, South Africa, and I think we're influenced by all those different cultures.
Right.
And we're always passionate about business. My parents own their own business, they're entrepreneurs. So we're always raised with the mindset of building your own.
Okay.
We always had motivational books in the house, books about leadership and management.
Wow.
So it was a very natural progression for us to always want to start our own thing. But at the core of it, it was always about, okay, our values. What do we stand for? How do we marry that with a business concept? And I think that's how Mama Rocks was born. It was a long journey, right?
And I feel like Mama Rocks was an expression of who we feel we are as well.
Yeah.
Like a blend of these different cultures, Africa and the West, and we've created a fusion of those two different worlds. And so yeah, Mama Rocks is an expression of who we are.
We came to Kenya every year to visit family, and we saw how things were changing, and they were changing really quickly. We had new restaurants springing up. Quality and standards are really, really rising, and we wanted to be a part of that movement. So we thought, what can we bring? What can we bring from one of our learnings? How can we bring our passion into it? And we thought, okay, we want to set up a business that's reflective of urban, fun Africa, and that hasn't been done before.
Yeah, we really felt that was missing from the Nairobi restaurant scene. There was nowhere that we felt that we could go and we would see a reflection of the continent that we're in.
Right.
Lots of these different places sprung up, but nothing really said this is Africa and this is new Africa. This is modern Africa, and a place that young people or people who are young at heart can go and really feel, the African spirit. So we almost felt it was our mission to be ambassadors of this beautiful continent, and to also show Kenyans what cuisines from other parts of Africa were all about. And we do that through our burgers, because each of our burgers are inspired by different cuisines from all over Africa. So yeah, that was our mission.
That's incredible. And as sisters, you guys seem to have a great vibe. You've got a great chemistry.
Yeah.
Has that always been the case growing up?
Interesting. I think we've grown and we've changed. I feel we've had time apart, and then I feel like now we're kind of closer than ever, and we bicker. Don't get me wrong, we fight,
Every day.
Right.
but then we just forget about it. And I think we're very, very different people, and that's why it works. I feel like she's more logical, more let's follow the rules, and I'm more impatient and creative, and let's just do this. Why do we have to think about it? So I think we work well together because of that.
And if you were, there are a couple of questions around, being a family unit and being in business together, as well as how some of your education would be useful in doing a business. Do you think education is important for something like this?
Definitely. But I think, I went to university, studied law.
Okay.
There's not a lot that I can really say is applicable to what I'm doing now in terms of my education. But I think maybe in the UK, the education system is slightly different in that I think you're more encouraged to be expressive of who you are and ask questions.
Yeah.
And that's how we approach life.
Yeah.
With curiosity and with saying, why not? Why can't we do that?
Yeah.
So this type of restaurant that we're seeking doesn't exist. Why can't we be the ones to start that? We didn't come from a background in food at all.
Right.
But I think a lot of people would have said, you know nothing about food. Why are you trying to start a restaurant? That didn't even come into our, under our radar at all. We just went for it.
Excellent.
So I think the greatest education is just life. And the experiences that we've had have kind of educated us to have no limits.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you guys are very well grounded, and you've got great social capital with your entrepreneurial parents and the exposure that you got living in the UK with all of those cultures and mixes. What would you say, besides the social capital, you also need human and financial capital to get into business. How did you guys navigate that?
Okay, so fortunately, she was made redundant from her job in UK.
Fortunately.
I was
Fortunately.
praying for it because I really wanted to make.
Being redundant, by the way, is not something you pray for.
I was praying for it.
All right.
Because I'd already decided in my mind that I wanted to move on to start my own business. And I needed that push. You get comfortable over time. You've got a job that's paying your bills.
Yes.
I'd come to the end. I felt like I'd come to the end of the road in terms of the ladder within the organisation. And the next move would have been to get further education to move on to the next level. And I already made up my mind. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to continue with that. I wanted to start my own business. But I needed a push. And the greatest push for me at that time was that I wouldn't have a job.
Right.
So luckily
I'd been there for 9 years.
Oh, wow.
It's a long time.
So the redundancy packages was
Was
very
that
nice.
was that law or what was
No, I was working in human resources within the learning and development department. So I was a manager of learning and development for an organisation.
So trainings?
Yes, trainings.
Okay.
It was a kind of social work type organisation. So I was very satisfied in terms of the fact that I felt like I was contributing to society and doing really well in my job, but I didn't want to stay in employment forever. I wanted my own thing. So redundancy gave me the push that I needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that set you up, you had a bit of money to...
It was part of it,
Okay.
and then we got funded by our family as well.
Okay.
So my father played a big role.
Okay.
And at first he was like, no, I'm not going to put any money your way. He didn't believe in the idea at all. So we
didn't understand the
he didn't
concept.
understand it at all. So we literally
Like what?
spent
Burgers? African burgers?
exactly.
that was the response.
Yeah.
That's So we spent a good 6 months.
And he
In
had
Nairobi?
doubts.
Yeah.
He had doubts about whether someone would even buy this product.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of resistance.
That's incredible because when people, it's one thing when you believe in yourself, but others around you don't believe in
Yeah.
you. How do you overcome that and be like, no, really, this thing is actually going to work? Did you go to him with a business plan and
Yes.
projections and forecasts and all of that stuff?
Yeah.
So what was really interesting was it wasn't until we did a pitch to another individual
Okay.
that he sat in on and he realised actually they're onto something. So we researched for a good 6 to 12 months. We literally sat there and did a lot of market research as well. And I think that's when he believed in the idea because he saw the time and effort.
6 to 12 months of research.
Yeah.
So listen, guys, you don't just wake up and
No.
start a business. You know, you actually have to do some groundwork and preparation.
Yeah.
Did you do some testing as well? Did you?
Yes,
You know?
so we had friends come to our house, we tested some recipes, we got some honest feedback, and it's always, not being fixed on the idea. So we're always like reshaping, remodeling, either whether it be our strategy or our burgers, and it was a constant evolution. But we knew exactly what we wanted before we even laid the first brick.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The fact that we knew exactly what we wanted helped us a lot because when we started this, we were thinking, we need some expertise. We need a chef to be able
the
to
human capital.
formulate our recipes. We tried a few chefs here and there, and no one really understood the concept. They were kind of bringing knowledge from kind of the old-fashioned culinary schools that they had come from. So we were telling them we want something new, something African, and they were giving us basil and
Thyme,
black pepper,
oregano.
very kind of bland, safe concepts.
Oregano, thyme, black pepper.
Yeah. So in the end, after going through a number of different chefs, we decided let's just try and do this ourselves.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just started taking inspiration from the internet, from different cuisines from different parts of Africa, saying what cuisine makes this country, what cuisine makes that country, taking inspiration from different places, and then we came up with our own ideas, and then started testing them in the kitchen, getting our friends together to taste them, and we used to get them to give anonymous feedback about the different burgers, and in the end we came up with something fantastic, and I think we didn't even believe that we could do it ourselves, but I think the biggest lesson there is just to have a belief in yourself, and you don't necessarily need the experience. You can just go for it and learn about these things for yourself.
So self-belief is obviously very important, and to move from concept in your own kitchen in your house to this. Can you tell me about those early days?
It was a massive transition.
Yeah.
So our first event, we took our truck. We went to.
It was a truck?
It was a truck, a food truck.
A food truck.
Yeah, food truck. We were kind of nervous. It was how many people? Maybe 70 people were at this event, and we sold our first burger. And there is nothing like someone exchanging money for your product. Like you're still in a bit of shock and awe. And then there was a point
What year
where
was that, by the way?
this is 2016,
2016.
2015.
Yeah.
And I think word of mouth spread within that event. Someone was saying, this burger's fantastic, you need to try it. So there was a point when we were overwhelmed with orders. So we literally just shut the hatch. We started crying, like, what do we do? We can't cope. And then we had a pep talk, and then we're like, okay, we can do this. And it was fine. But there was a moment of fear.
Yeah.
And you always doubt yourself. You think, the burger's not good enough, we're not good enough. But over time, that confidence slowly builds up. And it was a really humbling experience.
And the food industry it's a bit sensitive, isn't it? Because
Definitely.
anything can happen. From maybe you get a bad review, or someone does something, and how do you manage quality control and make sure that everything is your systems are all in order? How do you tell me a little bit?
It's something that we've worked on, we've developed over time. So at the beginning, we didn't really have any processes or procedures. But then you learn over time.
It's like, it tastes good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what only last 3 days. And we got a lot of feedback from our customers as well about changes we should make. But I think just over time we got used to setting up and just knowing how that we should do things, and then that becomes a procedure that you then write down
And then you share with your team. And I think it's also important to have a close relationship with your suppliers.
Okay.
So we worked with them. It took us how many months? 3 months to develop the bread recipe. So
Just the bread
Just
alone?
the bread alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we worked with them. We said, no, we don't like that. Maybe try this, maybe try that. It's about being brutally honest as well. And we work with small local suppliers, so they're quite flexible.
Okay.
So it's always keeping that dialogue open, giving honest feedback about their quality, because you have to work together.
Sure.
Yeah. So we rely a lot on them.
And in terms of quality control, but we also have secret shoppers. So now and again, we'll get a customer to come and have a meal for free for their feedback. So they comment on everything from when they walk through the door, how they're received, you know, the environment, you know, how clean everything is, to how their order is taken, and you know, the customer service that they're receiving, how good the food is or how bad the food is. So we use that feedback, we report it to our staff, and then we use that to really improve our service and our food.
Tell me about your staff and your team as well, because I'm going to get the chance to interact with them a little bit later. I am big on burgers. Like this for me is like wow, and I'm going to go and actually try and make one.
Try and make a burger.
It's
Yeah.
easy.
You know? Yeah. Tell me about your staff and
Okay.
the team.
So we're very fortunate to have a great team. Some of them we worked with for 3 to 4 years. So we've got some long-standing Mama Rock staff. And I think we always say that we can teach anybody anything, but you can't teach someone how to have a good attitude. So one thing I have to say is our core team have the best attitude. They always want to learn. We spent a lot of time with them in the beginning on training and developing them. And
But it starts at recruitment.
yeah, exactly.
They're the things that we look for when we're recruiting our staff. We've become pros at knowing straight away if that person has the qualities that we need. So it definitely starts there. And it also starts with good support and training. So we have regular one-to-ones with our staff. And
we have appraisals.
yeah, we have key performance indicators that we use to, you know to let them know, to communicate to them what doing, you know, what good is, what good performance is, so they know where they stand, and we can use that to review their performance.
Yeah.
All right, and before I step into the kitchen, besides food, is there anything else that you guys are passionate about?
100%. So we are hardcore fans of the music scene here in Nairobi and Africa at large.
Okay.
I mean, it's undeniable the level of talent we have here, like groups like Sauti Sol, Fena, and we love our Nigerian artists as well.
Yeah.
And even if we rewind and go back to the 70s, like Fela is one of our icons,
Yeah,
and
I've seen
he's
that,
everywhere.
Yeah, you know.
Definitely inspired this place.
Yeah.
Right.
So music and art play a big role.
Okay.
And they because our values really seep into Mama Rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes everything work, and it's authentic.
And so with your restaurant, because obviously the focus is food, do you find sometimes that you will be part and parcel of the arts and entertainment scene?
Definitely. I mean, a lot of people
Nairobi?
from that scene eat here. They're drawn here because I think they're inspired by what they see around here. These bright colours. If you can see the container is nicely painted with. It's inspired by South African ndebe. You know the way
Yeah.
They. Sorry.
Ndebele, yeah.
The way that they paint some of their houses is just so beautiful.
It is,
and we wanted to bring that inspiration here. So, and it's, you know, they feel relaxed here. The only thing is we wish this space was a bit bigger. There would have a lot more kind of concerts and events here.
Is that in the cards to
Yes,
open it up and expand?
Yeah.
That was in our original business plan to, you know, music, we wanted it to be very much the focus of
So maybe
the
have a
venue.
live band
Yes.
and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
To showcase up and coming talent as well. There's so many unheard and unseen talent in this country that we've witnessed. And
So we want to give them a platform.
we want them to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to that. Meanwhile, I'm starving,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go make myself a burger, if that's okay with you guys.
You look hungry.
Yeah. And then we'll catch up a little bit later.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Let's
Awesome.
take a break and we'll be back on Top Job. Welcome back to Top Job with me, Mwenesi Musalia. We're rocking out at Mama Rocks. I figured I might as well get dressed for the occasion and link up with someone who knows more about Mama Rocks than probably anyone else, other than, of course, Samantha and Natalie. How are you doing, Felix?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
And
You
I'm
said
the boy rocking here.
you're the boy rocking here.
Yeah.
You know, I saw you check in with a bicycle.
Yeah.
And it looks very pimped out. What's the story there?
Currently, the bike is not my ex. It's my BMX.
The bike is not your ex, it's your BMX.
Yeah.
I think that is what happens when you are eating too many burgers. You start to treat your bikes like your ex, which is not cool. But anyhow,
Okay.
cool, man. So Felix, tell me about yourself. How did you end up at Mama Rocks?
So I'm Felix. I come from Kibra. So you know Kibra is near to Yaya, right?
Yes.
So they used to, a time when I was passing by the road, then I see these colors by the roadside. So that's what attracts me. I wanted to know what's going on here.
Right.
So I decided to come in here. I found Samantha. Then she told me to bring my CVs, and that's how.
Just
it
like
all
that. You just
started.
came in and you met Samantha and she
Yeah.
told you, look.
I speak to her about how I like arts. This place is amazing, and now the next day, like, can I get something to do here?
Yeah.
Then she told me, yeah, right. Tomorrow, bring your CV.
So the thing that drew you in was the colors. You saw the art. Are you an
the
artist
container.
yourself?
Somehow I'm an artist. I'm a dancer.
You're a dancer.
I can write short poems.
I think maybe, have you ever been given a chance to perform here?
No, but I always dance.
Here?
I always dance, yeah. Whenever I'm in job, I dance.
I wish I had time so that I can see that dancing.
Even now, maybe.
Tell me some of the things that you like about working here at Mama Rocks.
So, most importantly, I want to say thankful to my bosses. They're very nice, two ladies. They're very understanding. They treat us like their own kids, which is, I think that's what makes me work harder each and every day.
Yeah. And being in the food and service industry, what are some of the experiences that you have with customers? What kind of customers do you get here?
Let me just say, sometimes it's good,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes not everything is always good.
Yeah.
There are some customers who don't understand, and there are some customers who everything is okay with them.
So is it mostly like people in suits and people from the office, or is it guys like you who are like, you know, relaxed artist type? What kind of customers come to Mama Rocks?
All customers, everyone. But me personally, I like to serve customers like me who are very shaggy because they don't mind a lot.
Just guys who yani wametulia tu,
Yeah,
hawana
they're
mambo
just
mengi.
cool,
No pressure,
youth,
guys.
Yeah,
Do a lot of youth guys come here? A lot of young guys?
yeah.
Okay.
many come
So this is in Kilimani, and there's another one in Westlands.
in Westlands.
And you work primarily at the one here in
Yeah,
Kilimani.
I work here in Kilimani.
All right, cool. Apparently, I'm supposed to go and make a burger for myself, which we're going to have a burger competition with some guy. Imagine a guy is challenging me to eat burgers. Like, come on. So I have to go make my own burger. But thank you so much for chatting to me. Will you show me how to navigate and go to the kitchen?
Yeah, sure.
Nice one. Hi. Do it. Keep it hygienic. Yeah. Do we put the... All right. Ready? Boom. Ah.
There you go.
Okay, listen.
Okay, are you ready?
I don't think this is what we were expecting, but what's in the bottle?
This is actually a large version of our mango mama. So it has mango sauce, chili mango sauce, cheese, lots of lovely cheese, red pepper, and pickles. Five, four, three, two, one,
Go!
Oh, wait. No. Oh, God, no. Then stop. I know.
Keep going, come on. Just 2 more bites. Come on, come on, come on, go, go! Good job. How do you feel?
Seafood, you know. But this is so good.
Well, besides being super full to my stomach, that episode definitely rocked. Thank you so much for watching Top Job with me, Mwenesi Musalia. And remember, it's all about power moves only.